right, so the United Nations was founded in 1945. Their goal was to achieve peace and prosperity all over the world. Um, so critics say that the United Nations doesn't really do anything. It's just a bunch of countries. Like, to be exact, there's 193 that are in it, and they just bicker all the time. The meetings don't really go anywhere because nobody can really agree on anything that's good for the world. And then also the United Nations is plagued by corruption. One example of corruption is when, so they have like a list of countries that are to blame for some of the world's problems. Like, for example, Saudi Arabia was high on the list for killing a bunch of their own civilians because they were bombing. And they're responsible for 60% of the children that were killed because they bombed schools and hospitals in accident. And they intimidated some of the UN reps to get off that list, and they did take them off. The UN says on its website that it provides services. Some of these services include things that are essential to peace, security, stability, and prosperity. And then they also say that they provide that for every country, but they do provide them, but they don't get the results that they want, like security. They provide things like money for schools and hospitals and medicine, but the countries don't really do anything in return. So Washington, D.C. says that the UN must reform or that it will shut down. Bids for reform are often fueled by power and privilege, and it's a bunch of the major countries that do this, and the big countries are against UN reform. Peacekeeping reform, that would be where the UN would have a standing force army, which is not likely. The UN needs money more than anything. It has trouble financing itself. Global taxes could generate revenue, but they can't get those because none of the countries can agree on this. But it would also reduce poverty and hunger and ensure schooling and helpful against diseases. So what a dream world United Nations that would solve it would be if they could have a constant emphasis on transparency, accountability, integrity, and flexibility. So in other words, no corruption. Creating an environment which improvement is expected and innovation is helpful. So
Good job.
what'd you put on your story?